Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of your weekly dose of Terraform. My name is Anton Badenko, and today we're going to have a bit more live coding because I'd like to work on more issues in Terraform AWS modules, and luckily there are enough issues to work on. So let's get started. If you can hear me well, please let me know. If you cannot hear me well, then read my lips and try to figure out what I'm talking about. But in any case, it would be a good idea if you leave a comment and, as they say, we take it from there. Okay. I can see that there are two people watching and it's not me. So welcome to this live stream. This is episode, I cannot even imagine, this is episode of, uh, which number is 110? Oh my God. So 110 episodes of different Terraform things. And yeah, I think I have started it just recently. Hello, Debojuti. Sorry if I read your name incorrectly, but that's good. Welcome. As always, during live streams, if you have any questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing this, please let me know, and I would rather explain it in a bit more detail than fast forwarding and fixing more issues, because the goal of this live stream is uh, to, uh, to to show how different things can be done, maybe to educate a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much my goal. So let's get started. Let me go to the browser. Here is it. Here is weekly TF, and my slow internet is loading this amazing newsletter. Let's see how slow internet is. Well, apparently weekly TF is not working on my internet, but you can imagine that if you type weekly.tf, you will see Terraform weekly newsletter, which by now all of you should have sign up, and you would receive approximately 5 different articles which I find during the week, and I send it every Wednesday. So yeah, oh my God, fantastic. So here is it. One article which I like to share just now because I think it's kind of relevant to one of the issue which I'm going to work through today is related to Terraform ANSI escape characters, which is pretty, how to say, not unique, but rather peculiar, I would say. Hello, Vyacheslav. Wow, you have discovered Twitch. That's pretty cool. Yeah, usually there are only people who spam on Twitch, but now I can see that my cousin is also using Twitch. That's pretty cool. Right. Okay, so please sign up to weekly.tf and read articles. I find some of them very useful, some of them less useful, but still they can be interesting for some of you. And also a big shout out to Cast AI, who is Terraform weekly sponsor. And Cast AI, I know about them for kind of from different angles. I have been reviewing their product. I have been talking to the engineering manager, I think about half year ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was about June. I have reviewed their product. Uh, and I also have a friend of mine who is using CastAI or who is evaluating CastAI for their Kubernetes cost optimization. And well, I don't want to kind of reveal and explain it over and over, but I think this product is really stands out. The way how it works and how useful it can be to help you to keep cost monitoring and optimization under control. It takes a lot of information into account, and it is better than Carpenter by many different criteria. And it's more predictable as well. So check it out if you'd like to go cast AI and then uh, click start free or book a demo, and then the salespeople will reach out and you will see it in action. Or you can ask me, I can explain you a bit more. Okie dokie, let's go back to this view. So GitHub and Terraform AWS modules. I have selected few things which I will go through today. Some of these issues are pretty big. Some of them are very small. So I will probably start with very small things, and then I will look into big. Big things are related to this big uh, pull request to the EKS module, which Brian has made, and Brian asked me to review it. So I will take a look into this one. A lot of people have already reviewed it and left a lot of comments. So this is probably already in very good condition. It shouldn't take so long time, but you never know. So a lot of issues were resolved by this one. So it's very big update, and it's definitely breaking update according to what I can see in the description. Also, I'd like to take a look into this pull request by Melissa, where she has added secret manager secret rotation to the RDS module. Sounds pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, and a few other things. So let's start with something very simple, just to see how it is going, and hopefully close more issues. Let's start with this one. Add support for DMS service replication task. Garrett is adding this to DMS module. I don't think I have ever used this DMS module myself. But I think, yeah, I know at least one customer who's using it, and I think they're quite happy with it. So, what is this one? Again, Brian has made it. Hopefully, Brian understands it a bit more. But I'd like to take a look into this one, because Goddard has made quite a lot of changes here, and it was already 2 weeks, so it's a good idea to take a look on that one and see what it does. So overall, he's adding new resource, a DMS replication config, where he adds this example, serverless. Is this something what I should be reviewing? I don't know, because this is just config, and I guess this is config for the service itself, not related to Terraform. So the example looks good. I mean, it obviously looks good because it's just configuration files. I would probably be interested in looking into source code, but interesting part here is, let me increase zoom, right? So there are two endpoints. One is Postgres SQL, PostgreSQL source, where we are connecting to, uh, to some DNS entry, and then we are, the destination is MySQL. Okay, so it's from Aurora Postgres to Aurora. And replication task. Right, bunch of different things being used here. RDS cluster parameter group. I think we have this in a submodule as well, but it's not a big deal. That somebody wants to make it here, that's totally okay. Again, this is just an example, so it shouldn't be a big deal. This is a pretty cool example of using one module and create couple instances, because in this case, RDS Aurora is being used for source and for destination. Aurora MySQL and Aurora Postgres, while here in this example section, it says Aurora Postgres, but just Aurora. Shouldn't it be Aurora MySQL? Shouldn't it be Aurora MySQL, like in the RDS, what was the name? RDS Aurora module log InfoRage. Okay. Right, and then secret manager is used to rotate secret username and no, is to rotate password for both databases, for MySQL and for Postgres. Looks good, no objections here. Version 531 is probably when this feature was added. And this is where some magic is introduced. So first of all, create replication instance is a new variable, right? Value what? Value what? Please write more concrete description. A more concrete description. Whether replication instance should be created. By default, it's true. So, and when this is true, then what's happening? Then this one is the same as before, so this is no change, while the replication task is being used only when it's not serverless config. Okay, and if it is serverless config, then we are creating replication config. Right, so there are two different replication tasks. One is using instance and one is using serverless. Sounds good. And that's pretty much it. Okay, yeah, sounds very simple. I don't think there is anything else to think about. The minimum requirement was 531, so if I go to changelog for this provider, I should see that in version 531 there was DMS endpoint 531. Maybe even 532 because it had some fixes into these resources. Yeah, 532 is pretty good. I would recommend it to upgrade to 532 because there are more fixes. So let's leave this comment. Where was it? Where was it? Okay, here was it. So let's go here, and this is 531. I think that 532 is a better version for this, since there were several related improvements added. Tick. Since something like this. Okay, what else is needed? So why this 531? What about version which is in the root of this module? I guess it also has to be updated, right? Yeah, it says 531. Yeah, it should be updated as well here. Also, please bump versions TF in the root module to require 532 as well. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. There is not nothing else to talk about, except adding a link to this example here. Let's add complete. Let's add. Let's ask to leave a reference in the main README. Let's go here. Yeah, let's go to this one, and that looks good to me. Please add link to the example in the MD in the root. Please add the link. Okay. This is good. So this one was small, but I'm pretty sure that it will be useful for many people. There are quite a few users of this module, and yeah, it's a good idea to add it. Okay, what else do we have? Let's look into this one. Secret manager, secret rotation for master user password. Sounds cool. Let's write not just a link to the reference, but also say fixes or fixed fixes. When you mention fixes, then it will be closed automatically and it will be linked at the same time. Okay, so let's look here. 35 files changes, but mostly versions, I guess. Loads of version changes, which we can skip. Let's skip. Let's see. Set and manage master user password rotation to false after it has been set to true previously. Disables automatic rotation. Yes, that's kind of logical, I guess. Because first you enable it, and then if you disable it, then Sorry, but there is no password rotation. Good. It's usually a good idea to add such comments anyway, so keep this in mind for future. Bunch of different variables. Okay, so this one is the magic. So AWS database this 0. Uh, oh yeah, cool. Enjoying your live TV TF code, and thank you very much. It's my pleasure when I have viewers. Okay, well, so the thing here is that this guy is not gonna to be created unless you specify create. So we need to go to and see what kind of count do we have. We have count var create. So, which means if we go to here and we need to update it to include this one as well, because there is reference to this resource. What about master user secret? Where this is coming from? Master user secret. Where is master user secret? It's probably gonna to be returned as an output, right? I don't see it here. Maybe it is, but let's see. Master user secret. Master user secret. Yeah, only KMS ID. Right, so this guy is probably returned from the API, and it's just secret array, and it's not secret itself. So, okay, rotate immediately. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Master user password. Should we specify master user password? I mean, isn't it enough to just say manage master password? Why should we use user password combination? Well, yeah, here is master user secret, master user password. Okay, so then it's a good idea to call it the same way as it's called here. But logically, I don't see the reason why would you have to call it this way. Okay, I'm being a bit picky. And here we are picking up enabled, specifies whether automatic rotation is enabled for the secret. Okay. So by default, we're not going to do rotation, but the rest of this is null. You can also specify cron expression. Okay, yeah, it looks very simple. Okay, let me see if this is, yeah, this is important fix which has to be fixed. So that's why it's going to be, looks good to me, but small thing is still here. Okay, let's move on. Let's look into this one. This one is a bit interesting. So Diego is saying that inside of Event Bridge module, he set send parameter to configure input transformer, and this is input template, input template. So what's the problem here? He has this default value, which is okay. Input pass. So input pass is string, and input template. No, this is a map of string, while input template is a string. So if this is a string, then obviously this new line will be added. I saw that the module creates blah blah blah, and even after using the documentation example, well, again, this is not related to the module. This is documentation for the resource. But anyway, let's see. This is how they are writing it, right? Input template. This was input template. Structure containing the template body. Okay, anyway, the JSON values in the AWS console have an extra space at the end. This means that the parse does not work and the event is not processed. Okay, steps to reproduce. Reproduction is simple. Sounds promising. I have a log streamer created, blah, 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 just creating, blah, blah, blah. This blank space breaks. Right, so line 13 is what he doesn't like. I guess he can write something else inside of this here doc marker. Let's see. If I search for Terraform here doc marker, and if I search for 444, Terraform analyzes the sequence and find one of the smallest number of leading spaces. I thought that maybe he was missing this in indented here doc string variant. No, treats all spaces character as literal spaces. No, that's probably not what he wants. But okay, let's go to this repository and open some code and see inside of example, we're going to put this thing here and see. So it's event bridge. CD event bridge. Okay. And here we are going to use event bridge example. Let's go to which one we can use. I guess we can use just complete, right? There are a bunch of other things, but we can use, this is it. This is what was needed. So order input transformer. Let's see where this is used. Okay, we are making order input transformer, input path, input template, and some things here. This looks pretty much what was intended, right? So as far as I understand, comparing to the issue, this piece of code produced error. Let's try. No, where is it? The example, complete. Let's see. Let's upgrade because apparently there were new versions of something. Well, this guy is going to create lots of different resources, but they're pretty small as far as I can see, like S3 bucket, lambda function, and step function. So it shouldn't take so long time. T apply. I'm pretty sure that this code works. Yeah, I don't know why it shouldn't work. T. Oh, I have coffee. Half hour ago I made it. T. Okay, while it's doing something, I can probably. No, I cannot do anything. I thought that I can go to AWS console, but I still cannot do it. Okay. Right, okay, now it's done. Let's go to the console. So here is, where is event bridge? Event bridge. It's somewhere here. No, here is it. I have most of my popular services here. So here we have our rules, we have, I think, orders, and we have targets, and this was with input transformers, and this is how it looks. So this is wrong, right? That's what makes problem. I'm not sure that this is a problem, but okay, we can try to figure out or improve it even. Interesting issue, but let's see. Let's see, where is this problem? Okay, so input transform, if I run it one more time, just to double check that there is no difference between how AWS got it. No, there are no difference related to this input transformer, just a couple of things related to the policy assignment, which is not related to this case. Okay, so here we have our orders. This is rules, and where is targets? Rules. Let's see. Target. Are we even exposing this resource somewhere in the outputs? No, we are not exposing it. Wow. Why we don't expose it? We're only exposing rules, right? All right, we're exposing only rules. Interesting. What will happen if we suddenly want to expose target? And we'll call it target. Because from this output, from what I can say, there is no information about targets, which is not related to this point, actually, but I'm interested to see why this was not implemented initially. So if we have IDs, or actually if we just have, let's see, if we have event bridge rules, it can be somewhere here. Event bridge rules. Okay, here is it. Right, so we are exposing the whole resource. That's what I was looking for. Let's do the same for targets. Targets. Target. So this one is good, but then we don't need it here. So the point is that this resource was created by the module, so we need to have it visible. That's what I want to see. So here we have rules. We're going to add one more guy here. It's going to be event bridge, not rules, but targets. And if we rerun it now, I want to see a bit more information. Exactly. So I want to see information like where was it? Like this one. Looks pretty good. So I don't know what's the problem here. But again, let's leave it like this. Good. So at least now we have this information inside of output. So now let's look into the code and try to improve it so that we don't see difference inside of what was it called? Template. What's that? It was called input template. Input template. Here is it. Right? That's the only place. Target parameters. Oh my God, target parameters, enrichment parameter. No, it's not. Which resource is this? This is pipes. No, pipes we don't need. We need only target. So event target base. This is it. So if we are looking here, and this one is already string. If we now write it like this, strip, or what is it? Not strip, trim. Then it will produce. It will produce. Will it produce what? Terraform SNS. Now this is not related, I guess. No such costs. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Not enough function argument. Cut set. Trim. Well, how to? No, not trim. What's the name of this? Oh my God, I completely forgot how Terraform works. No, Terraform trim. What's the name of it? Trim? No, trim space, right? Or actually removes just line endings from end of string, so it's actually chomp. That's it. Let's see, if I use chomp to remove this new ending, will it be better? Yeah, because that's what is expected, right? I only expect to edit input template and remove empty character from it, right? So now if I look into my console, and if I go to this rule, and if I click on this input transformer, this is how it was. Now I reload this page. And if I look into my target input transformer, this is how it looks. Yeah, so this was actually an improvement, but even more. I don't need to have these spaces here because it's still invalid JSON, right? So then I need to do something else. Let me look into the code. So my output, no, my input here was like this. If I remove it with the hyphen to tell it that I don't care about this use new lines, will it work or not? That's pretty interesting. I like the small things improving. Right, so now we are getting rid of this empty things. And if I go to, I expect to get rid of these 4 characters at the beginning. Targets, string, yes, now this is valid. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty important improvement. And yeah, really one small function was needed inside of this code. So now the question is chomp really needed? Because I already added that I don't care about new lines. Yeah, apparently it is needed because here docs expecting that it's going to end on new lines, right? So now if I go to my browser and reload it, go to targets. Yeah, so this is fine, but line number 4 is obsolete, so I need to chomp it. Cool. Chomp it is actually not needed because yeah, right. I know one pretty cool hack, but unfortunately it will not work this time. So sometimes when you need to have a nicely JSON document, you can do JSON decode and JSON encode it here in Terraform. So then it will be converting it 2 times and everything will look fine. But in this case, this template is not actually a valid JSON document because it's referring to some ugly things, which is not string, not an object, but it should be at least in quotes like this. So that's why it's not going to work. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this one was needed and chomp was needed. So now let's go to actually we can update this as well. Okay, you're using outdated version of CFN link. What a day. Okay, so now if I do git checkout fix chomp input template, actually other places just by the chance where this is needed. Can be, right? Because we have templates in some other places, not here, but in other modules. And sometimes we don't need to have new lines. So that's why this hyphen here was important. And chomp. Okay, so git commit is going to be fixed input template with jump and no, actually fixed new line and in input template. How I fix it with chomp or without chomp is not actually relevant here. In input template. Okay, and another thing which is auto update. Let's update this one. Let's run this thing just to update documentation. And I think the rest is fine. The rest will be okay if I just commit it to this branch. I can try to open pull request. Or actually, I don't want to open pull request like this. I want to push it and fix jump. And I want to click on this link here to create a meaningful description. As you can see, it's already pre-filled with what I want, but I want to mention that it's related to this problem. Description fixes this one. It is important to use this one, to use to get rid of spaces. Did he use it here? No, he didn't use it here. So that's to get rid of spaces. And John will cut in the last new line. Okay, that's it. Create pull request. Right. Create pull request. So let it run, and then I will merge it afterwards. Okay, let's go. Let's go back to the browser and actually not to the terminal, sorry, and run t-destroy and delete it. Okay, so what else can be done here? Let's look into. So this one will be fixed, will be merged. Okay, let's look into other things. Oh yeah, right. Oh my God, that's what I need to do. I'm almost 1 hour in the stream and I still have not done this one. So let's take a look into 71 files changed by Brian. It's going to be probably some reading, and also it will be maybe some execution of some examples. Let's take a look. So overall, the thing is that he wants to replace usage of AWS Outlook config map with latest and shiniest EKS cluster access entry, which was added, I think, during reInvent. So let's take a look. So what's happening here in this root README? So he's removing this IRSA integration example, probably moving things around. Yeah, right. Replacing all of this with just reference to EKS blueprints. Mm, updating some example here and removing this complete example. I don't know why exactly, but maybe he has a lot of other smaller examples. Mm. And actually, Terraform 1.3 is being used, which is first time when we use it. Okay, looks like I messed this up 3 years ago. Hmm. Well, this is funny. Time flies so quick. Oh my God, 3 years ago. Hmm. All right, so now we have version 20 with mm, here is it. So let's take a look on this one and try to understand what can be good or bad here. So list of backward incompatible changes, minimum supported version increased to 1.3 to support Terraform state moved blocks, as well as other advanced features. Well, other advanced features. Uh, Good luck to guys from OpenTOFM. The resolve conflicts arguments within replaced. Mhm. And by the way, does anyone use EKS module? If you use, can you tell which version do you use? Uh, I'm wondering if there are people who still have issues upgrading between versions or everything is fine for them. Upcoming changes planned in 21. So these are the following changes. Okay, so what is this? Submodule will be removed. Since this submodule is captured in 20 release, users can continue using it even after the module moves forward. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, let's look into what was added. Module tag, cluster access entries. This is like a key point here. This blog post explains it. Mhm. Mhm. Bunch of things were renamed. What is Carpenter? For Carpenter. Mhm. Added very. Yeah, this is usually the most interesting part. KMS, Key enable default policy. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. If you want to maintain, then you need to explicitly enable it. Okay. Cluster name. What is this one? This one is probably wrong. Now, so changing the authentication mode is one-way decision. Oh yeah. You can switch from config map to API and config map. You can switch from API to API. You cannot revert this operation in the opposite direction, meaning you cannot switch config map from API. Yeah. Okay. If using config map, to remove the config map from the state. Mm, yeah, I did this not long time ago, so this is fine. If you're using 170, you can utilize remove to facilitate both removal of config. You can create fork provider migration module and apply those changes before proceeding. Use the receipt to read and check this module. Yeah, I'd like to say that it's very good. It's very good not to force users further than 1.0. But like, if you like to use 1.3 here, then it is okay. Mm. Mm. Once config map has been removed, you can remove, so please be sure that entries are added. Okay, what's next? How can I deploy Windows-based nodes? This information is removed from FAQ because nobody wants to know how to do this. Okay, years of documentation is gone. Windows platform user data must be in PowerShell script format. Okay, so these files were deleted. This is remove this policy once. Cluster IP family. Ah, so this is the same string here. Okay. Most recent before service account role I ran was removed. Why? I have no clue. This is important thing, obviously. Mm -hmm. Necessary to avoid removing Terraform's permission too soon before it's finished cleaning up the resources it deployed inside the cluster. Mm -hmm. What's what is this provider? kubectl provider. Let's take a look. kubectl. kubectl. Documentation. Resources. kubectl manifest. This link is wrong or what? Resource manifest. It should be kubectl manifest. Wait. Where was it? It was some sort of readme. Alec kubectl. This was it. So these links are on, right? Yeah, this link is wrong. It should be this one. This link wrong. Looks like these links are wrong. Okay, I don't want to know about this difference in providers between kubectl and another one. Let's see. Okay, what else can be done? I like that there is no reference to this Kubernetes provider block inside of examples. That's really uh, problematic sometimes, but now it's not so bad. Outpost, yes, there is outpost still. Mhm. Right, this is important thing. It's gone. Windows, I don't want to look into, to be honest. Partition. Mhm. Okay, this is part of the main change as far as I can see. This is one-time operation. Instead, we are hard coding this to false, and if user wish to achieve this same functionality, we will do that through access entry, which can be enabled or disabled at any time of their choosing using the variable. Okay, so during Bootstrap, we disable this one, and then user can specify it, and it will be taken into account. Okay, this replaces the one-time logic from the AKS with through Terraform. Mhm. Right, this is pretty straightforward. I guess this is a change which many people uh, would like to have a couple years ago, but now it's finally there. Mhm. Mm. Mhm. Mm. Yeah, sometimes this is this can be an issue sometimes when you use STS global regions or for regions which are new or old or enabled by default. So uh, let's leave it like this and change it afterwards. Hopefully this can be removed once the AWS endpoint is named properly in China. I don't think it can ever be updated once it's created. So okay, what is this? What kind of changes are here? Okay. Resolve conflicts is now two things, on create and on update. Right. Okay, this is magic with AWS auth config map. Hmm. Should it be var create? Right, yes, it's submodule, yes. There is no local create. Okay, this is this guy in version 20. Yeah, right, and the rest of this logic is just migrated here. Here we are, module for carpenter. Let's see what we have here. If I can see some interesting differences or not. Should we have this rename? I'm not sure. There are quite a lot of renames here. I'm not sure that we need so many renames here. Let's see. If I look into this one, and can we keep previous names for these resources? Controller and IRSA. Let's see. If they are conceptually very different, then maybe we need to rename it. It's controller. There is no word controller. Controller. Rather, how to say, not unique, but rather global, rather not specific, not sounds rather generic, and it is not mentioned anywhere in the AWS docs. Premium support docs. Mm, for these resources in this submodule or in other as well? In, in the submodule. In the submodule. Yeah, quite a lot of changes here, as well as migrations. This is pretty good name for this combination. Do we have other names, other roles? Yeah, we do have other role. So we have node and controller. Mm, this one is pretty good. This one is good. Roller I roll second. Okay, let's move further. Okay, I think I'm scrolling to the end, and I think it looks good. There is not much to talk about. This self-managed node group is, is just new properties being added. For some reason, there is no auto-scaling group schedule. Uh, I don't know why. I guess it's just part of. Mm, yeah, I'm pretty sure it should be managed separately. That's why is it? Ah, no, he just moved it to another place. Okay, so access entry is here, but no, this one is just moved. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Deprecated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as usual, quite a lot of changes. It's it's pretty big. Um, yeah, overall, I think it looks good. I was a little bit concerned that these moved blocks are not needed, but actually inside of Carpenter, where this is used, there are two types of roles, right? If we look into this Carpenter migrations tier, there are two IAM role, which is now called node, and also there is Mm, Another one which is for the controller. Maybe a bit more explanation in terms of mm, what is node and what is controller would be good. Mm. Or maybe it's just me who don't know what is like controller versus node. Yeah, at least this one can be fixed. Mhm. This one, yeah, this one is good. This one is fixed. What about this one? Create access entry. Since node group role will already have access entry. Okay, so I think that's it. Uh, yeah, this is also pretty good that we are not dependent on Kubernetes provider inside of this EKS. Mm, 'Cause previously it was just unnecessary. Really. So now if I say that it looks good to me, small minor concerns about a resource name, rename, concerns about resource rename, and we are good to go. Mm. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for now. I did some useful things. I fixed something here. I have no clue what is test thing, but it's not from today. Yeah, I think that's it. This one we can happily merging now, and that's it. Okay, this is it for today, and thanks everyone for joining, and hopefully you learned something, at least I did, regarding this JSON template and getting rid of spaces and so on. And yeah, let's see if I will be willing, or if I have time, let's put it this way, next Friday, same time, I will continue working on something. Bye. Have a good day.